The Bassmaster Classic is known for changing an angler's life, solidifying an already great record, or taking a good record and turning it into a stellar one. It's the way you separate yourself from the crowd. This year's Classic would not only come down to who succeeded the most,
4, yeah!
It would also come down to who would struggle the least.
Come on, baby, please, God, help me. I'm struggling today, please.
Strap in as we take you through the closest, toughest Classic in history.
God! Oh, my God! No, my God! No! No, come on! You want the Bassmasters Classic, baby? You want to ride with me? You got it coming at you right here.
The Citgo Bassmaster Tournament Trail.
He needs 3 pounds and 15 ounces to make the history books. Oh, is this gonna be close? 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and that makes Kevin VanDam 2-time Citgo Bassmaster Classic champion.
We begin our show with the end of our story because the world knows now that Kevin VanDam is the 2005 Citgo Bassmaster Classic champion. I'm Tommy Sanders along with Jerry McInnes. The exciting part for us is that we get to tell the story of why this is, as you say, the most exciting Classic of all time.
I think so, and I know what the viewers are thinking. Well, what would they say? No, it really was the greatest I've ever been around, and pay no attention, absolutely no attention to the low weights. It doesn't matter. It's still the greatest, and who would ever think that the bass fishing world would center around Pittsburg, Pennsylvania for 1 week. Boy, did they knock it out.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. Let's start. Let's get into our Toyota rules of the game. We start with 46 anglers, 2 days of fishing, and we go down to the final 25 on the last day. 8-hour day of fishing, 12-inch limit on the bass. Whoever brings the most bass through the 3 days to the weigh-in stand in terms of weight is your Classic champion. There's the playing field. The 3 rivers, the Allegheny River, joined by the Monongahela. About 41.5 miles of the Monongahela for these guys to fish. They come together to form the Ohio, and those are the 3 legs of our playing field, the 3 rivers. Yes, folks, it is a Pittsburg thing. Take a look at some of the heroes from day 1 of the Citgo Bassmaster Classic. One of them, this man, Stacy King from Table Rock Lake in Missouri, caught a 2-pound, 14-ouncer. Kevin VanDam caught one the same size. Those two split the Purolator Big Bass Award for the tournament. Stacy King, after day 1, was tied for 2nd place with Aaron Martens, one of the pre-tournament favorites.
And we're going to move along pretty quickly here. You'll remember last weekend, actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we had almost 14 hours of live coverage of this event. Aaron misses a fish right here. We're going to see a lot of that today. But we had a lot of time last weekend, Tommy. We're asked to put this into 45 minutes, but you can do it, Tommy, if anybody can.
A lot to see. Skeet Reese, another California angler, another favorite angler as well. Skeet Reese with 4 pounds and 10 ounces. Keeps himself in the top 10 after day 1.
Tommy, I love the new hair on
Man,
Skeet.
he is shining out with that thing. You can see him from the satellite.
I had heard that Kevin VanDam was going to try that color, but backed out.
Don't count on that. Kevin VanDam in 5th place after day 1. Look at the leaders after the first day of fishing at the Classic, and the man on top, well, a bit of a surprise to some people. That was Jimmy Mize from Ben Lomond, Arkansas. Jimmy Mize, a solid angler, had a great tournament at Clark's Hill, just missed winning that one by ounces. Also on day number 2, let's look at the defending Classic champ, Takahiro Omori.
Tommy Takahiro, along with Greg Hackney and Ish Monroe and Dean Rojas. Actually, several other anglers went down the Ohio River. I talked to Greg Hackney before it started. He thought they would do well down there, but we're looking at a keeper right there between Tak and Greg Hackney on the 2 days of qualifying. They only caught 2 fish.
Jeff Reynolds had a great season, had a good start at the first tournament of the year and the last regular season tournament, and he is having a great Classic, a great day number 2. Catches 4 pounds and 2 ounces. That lands him in the enviable spot of 4th place going into the final day. And Mike Iaconelli, big-time struggles on day number 2. But he turns it around. Mike Iaconelli In the last couple of hours of fishing, really puts a stringer together and gets himself back into it.
I've been through it all today, girl. You know what I'm saying?
That final hour flurry was huge for Iaconelli. Lands him in second place after 2 days behind the 2-day leader, less than a pound behind Aaron Martens. Look at the other big names, still very much a part of the picture. Kevin VanDam, Scott Rook, Swindle, Reese Cochran. Man, the table is set for a huge final day.
In the first 2 days, only 6 5-fish limits caught. Jimmy Mize, David Walker, Skeet Reese had a limit. Aaron Martin, Scott Rook had a limit, and Preston Clark. Lots of fish being caught, but man, it was hard to catch one 12 inches or better.
We are good to go now for the final day. Do not leave at this point. On this final day of fishing, you will see that 5 anglers have a shot at the crown in the last minutes of the day. Please, we'll be right back. Stick around.
Let's go! Today's the day!
The Citgo Bassmaster Tournament Trail. Brought to you by Citgo. And in part by Purelator, Toyota, and Triton Boats.
Started your career, you moved to Alabama.
Well, that was the scene at the opening of the final day, the Citgo Bassmaster Classic for 2005. Our field of 46 now cut down to 25 with a shot at the crown. The Monongahela, the Allegheny coming together in the city of Bridges, over 750 of them inside the Pittsburg city limits, 1,800 or more in Allegheny County. As we take a look at Aaron Martens, our day 2 leader coming into this final day. Call him a bridesmaid. He's finished second in his last 2 classics.
And you know what? He fished the heck out of the bridge piers back on Lake Wiley last year, finished second. You're going to see him all over bridge piers again today. But Tommy, I don't want folks to get to thinking for 1 second that that's all he can do. This guy is a very versatile angler. And hey, let's face it, everybody's fishing the bridge piers.
No, we are sharing a lot of water, but we're sharing a lot of water because it's a lot of fish here. I mean, this is definitely the most concentrated area of fish.
Well, how did Aaron Martens get that lead? Might be helpful to take a look at his track from day number 2 of fishing. Aaron Martens starting at Point State Park there, hitting a lot of those bridge pilings as predicted on his way up to the first lock and dam on the Monongahela. You can see where those 4 important keepers came from.
And these guys got almost 100 miles of river that they can cover, and Aaron stays, as you said, right there in the Pittsburg pool, pretty close to home. As a matter of fact, Kevin VanDam did as well. There was a lot of fish down there.
Walker, Jimmy Mize. Jimmy Mize trying to catch Walker because Walker's fishing Jimmy Mize's spot. It's a race, man. Woo. Yeah! Oh, man, that's awesome. You got a keeper. Booyah! It's a nice keeper. I'm not going to show it off right now. I need to catch some more fish before I start showing things off. We'll have lots of time for that later, right? Can I win this thing, hopefully?
Had a chance to ride along with Aaron Martens on that final practice day on Wednesday, and as soon as we go past these bridge pilings, he points them out and says, hey, that's going to be a huge part of my game plan here. So Pittsburgh's a city of bridges. He's got a lot of places to do his drop shot.
And you were just riding with one of the best drop shotters in the world.
No doubt about that.
Hey, this is a technique, drop shotting, of tying your weight on the very end of your line and maybe coming up anywhere from 12 inches to 24 inches above that weight, tying a real tiny finesse hook on. Aaron likes to fish with a Berkeley Gulp minnow, but there's a lot of little baits you can hook, nose hook. And you know what? We're looking at this bait on the bottom right here, but he was telling me he caught very few fish on the bottom. He would fish the current. He would allow it to wash it down in front of the piers. And that's how he was catching them on that drop shot. Now, check this out, Tommy. There is the bait right there.
That's the jerk bait that Kevin used.
That is an old rogue, maybe 20, 25 years old. Kevin was specifically trying to get this into 2 and 3 feet of water, and this is the bait that would do that. He fished it on with fluorocarbon line, which has no stretch and really allows you to be erratic when you move your rod tip. Boy, it moves the bait.
All right, let's check in with Kevin VanDam from the start of his day.
Let's go. Today's the day. Let's go. Today's the day. Every morning there's been some current in the river, And you can see that the water line is, I mean, it's dropped a bunch, 8 inches, 6, 8 inches overnight, and there's no current. And what that makes these smallmouth do is not relate to the bottom. They'll just kind of get out and suspend, and they'll get up on those bridge pilings and things like that, and they'll suspend off these little flats. And the guys that have been finesse fishing with, little baits and stuff around the bottom on them are going to find it real hard today, and it could be real good for us.
What Kevin's talking about right there is the fact that the lack of current around those poles will make it really hard for the guy that's drop shotting and throwing a little tube. He's throwing a jerk bait against the piers right now. He's moved over a little closer to the bank and some grass, and he has caught a keeper on a buzz bait of all things.
That's a keeper.
Kevin VanDam grew up in Michigan, a lifetime of experience fishing for these smallmouth bass. When he talks about these little brown bass, he knows what he's talking about. Our leaders are stacked up. They are separated by only ounces. So much drama on the way.
That's a keeper, I believe.
Now, by God, I ain't behind Aaron Martin no more. I'm in front of it.
Well, this is it, the story of the 2005 Citgo Bassmaster Classic. The place, Pittsburg, Pennsylvania, the playing field, the Three Rivers. This is takeoff, 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. Take a look at these crowds, thousands coming down to Point State Park just to watch the takeoff. And to meet this guy, Mike Iaconelli, of course, he is a huge crowd favorite. A couple of kisses from his daughters as he gets ready to embark on a very important day of fishing for the 2003 Citgo Bassmaster Classic champ. That's his slogan right there, never give up. He's got a lot of people to visit with before the fishing gets underway. What was in that book?
Yeah,
maybe we'll know someday. I don't know.
Back up. Let's see what was in that book right there.
But again, tremendous crowds here.
Tommy, we've got 10 guys still in the running here. That's amazing. I've never been at an event where we were at this point and it was so close and so many guys still had a shot, a legitimate shot at winning this. As a matter of fact, we haven't had a Swindle sighting yet.
Yeah, Swindle among the 7 within 1.5 pounds of the lead. That's how close things were on the final day at Pittsburg.
There's one. Could be a keeper right there. That's a keeper, I believe. I believe that's a keeper. All right, in my hand. He's in my hand. All right, he's in my hand. I got him, man.
That's one! Now, by God, I ain't behind Aaron Martin no more. I'm in front of it.
Boy, our leaderboard swapped out first place so many times that day. Man, that was a fantastic race going on, and many of these guys were throwing that little shallow running crankbait, 2 or 3 feet of water.
God almighty. I rushed him, dude. I rushed him. I don't think he was 12, but he was damn close. See how far out here he got it? I just rushed him, but it ain't no big deal. They hitting it right there. Had 2 of them hit it on that same little cast right there.
What do you mean it's no big deal?
It is. Every little fish is a big deal in this tournament when things are so tight, when they're so tough.
Little fish probably weighs anywhere from 12 to 15 ounces, and man, that's a giant fish. Ounces are pounds.
God, that's a big one, that's a big one, that's a big one. Let's get him, G, get him, G, get him. You can get him, dog. You get him, you get him. Talk to yourself, son. You get him. That's a big fish right there. That's a big fish right there. That's a big one.
No one was surprised to see Kevin VanDam always within touch of the leaders in this tournament, just under the top.
Trying to determine if the suckers are suspended like they normally do or if they're on the bottom. You know, fish a little bit with the jerk bait where the fish could be suspended up high in the water column, and then this little shaky head worm, there he is.
Oh, I missed it.
A little bitty guy. Just to see what I need to concentrate on, if I need to get down deep or keep with the plan. The thing that's different is there's absolutely no current at all. And that usually, there it is, that usually scatters those fish. They'll suspend.
In my opinion, Tommy, my opinion now, I think the thing that separates Kevin from all the other anglers is his decisions. You can hear him talking right there. He's got a whole menu of things that he can do, but he always seems to pick the right one.
13-incher almost. Giant.
VanDam atop the leaderboard, constantly changing. Aaron Martens, he started the day with the lead.
Oh! No, 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 oh my God, the big one, dude, I saw it. That's a 13-incher. He was in a cup and jumped and went down. God, no! And I had to let me see him, too. Why'd that break? I think I was afraid. That one of those snags I got, maybe? Man, that's light lines. It's frayed, like an inch of it's frayed. You know that little snag I had? Man, that frayed my line. It's got like barnacles or something on it. I got snagged and I yanked it out. And it came out, it frayed my line. Then that fish ate it. Man, that was a really nice fish, dude. It was 13 inches long, easy. That fish was huge. That fish was so giant. Oh my God. Makes me want to throw up.
What made this day so much fun? Everything was so close, the weights so close together, no one ever had reason to feel that they were out of it. A lot of highs and a lot of lows, and the highs were worth sticking around for.
Yeah, hook myself. Yeah, hook myself in the crotch. Yeah.
From Pittsburg, Pennsylvania, you're watching the real story, the way it really went down at the 2005 Citgo Bassmaster Classic. Coming into this tournament, there was one space remaining in the Bush Shootout. That's the postseason tournament, $100,000 to the winner in a one-day tournament. That was for the single-day largest weight at the Classic, and that spot went to Jimmy Mize. His day one weight, 6 pounds and 2 ounces. Tied him up with Edwin Evers, but Evers was already in. Now back out to Gerald Swindle on the water.
Here we go, biggest. I don't even have a little plug to throw. Big. Yes! Yes! You want the Bassmaster Classic, baby? You want to ride with me? You got it coming at you right here. Them's the kind you ain't got to measure. That's what I'm talking about. That's 3. That's 3. I have not caught a short bass on this wall. I mean, when you get a bite here, it's the one you're looking for every time. And you can look, it's the stupidest place in this whole river. It ain't 2 foot deep around it. I don't know why these fish, you know, had all the good structure to get on, there seems to be on this just little old bitty rinky-dink structure.
Swindle to Mike Iaconelli, striving for his second Classic in 3 years. Catching fish all morning long, but not a single keeper so far on this final day.
I think it's gonna keep. He's long. Come on, baby, please. God, help me. I'm struggling today, please. Just misses again. I got your break today, huh? It's 12 o'clock. I got 3 hours left. You know, my best shot now is to try to get 3 or 4 fish in the boat. And I think the area that I have the best chance to do that is the Pittsburg pool, which, you know, I went in there late yesterday and caught a couple. So that's kind of my game plan now, is to get back to Pittsburg as soon as I can and try to finish the day out there and hopefully catch 3 or 4 fish.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah! That's the kind to win the Classic, baby. Right there.
Never give up. You hear what I'm saying? Everybody, listen to me. Never give up. Never, baby. Good one, too, man. Yeah! Okay, Mike. Overdrive. Overdrive, baby.
Woo! Woo! It kind of looks like old Ike's got it going here, and even though, again, this is a very low-weight tournament, these guys are catching a lot of fish. They just are 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch short of measuring.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
I'm on him now. I'm on him now. I'm on him.
Yeah! Go!
We know a lot about what it takes to win the Classic. Unfortunately, we know a lot about what it takes to lose the Classic.
Come off. God. God.
Cheryl Swindle, you cannot continue to do this and win the Classic. You know that. You have to put him in the boat, son. You have to.
Jerry, that wasn't his fault. What could he have done?
It really wasn't. And we've seen a lot of guys lose fish that I think, after watching it, that it wasn't their fault. The fish just came off. Now, a few mistakes are being made, but everybody is losing fish. But primarily, we're talking about little fish with small mouths and little baits. So a lot of hookups are coming loose. But doggone, that last one wasn't Gerald's fault. Here's a very interesting shot.
Boy, Mike Iaconelli, one of those guys striving. 5 anglers in position to win the Classic right up until the final moments here.
What is going on, Tommy?
That looks like something out of a science fiction movie right there. He's in between those barges right there. Not recommended for everyone, right?
If he does some screaming in there, it'll bust his eardrums, won't it?
Look out. Mike Iaconelli doing everything he can on this most important day of the year in bass fishing. He's trying to win his 2nd Classic.
Ah! Ah! Big one, too. It's happening, I feel it! Yeah! Yeah, hook myself! Yeah, hook myself in the crotch, yeah! Don't give up on me yet, baby. Don't give up on me yet. Yeah!
As the hours wound down, it soon became apparent that 2 in particular would have the best shot at the crown, Aaron Martens and Kevin VanDam. What was going through their minds? We're about to find out. They join us in the studio when we come back.
No, come on.
Citgo Bass Insider.
Before the Classic competition began, 87 hopefuls took to the water to fish for the title of Junior Citgo Bassmaster Classic champion. Scott Gettings was the winner in the 15 to 18-year-old division, and Joey Nanya was the champ in the 11 to 14s. Joey Nanya, whose tournament guide was none other than Kevin VanDam.
The Bass Insider has been brought to you by Citgo.
Well, you're watching the inside story of the 2005 Citgo Bassmaster Classic in Pittsburg, Pennsylvania, on the Three Rivers, already being hailed as possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest, classics of all time. One of the reasons the action was so tight, and the notables who made a move toward the top on the championship day, including George Cochran, Edwin Evers, and this man, Davey Hyde, who already earlier in the season had engineered the season's greatest single-day turnaround. Davey Hyde looking for a shot at the win.
I need one quality box. And we'll be dancing this afternoon. I didn't do it then, I gotta warm up. We'll be dancing this afternoon.
Well, when you win your 2nd Classic especially, you get a week to celebrate and be with your family and have fun. We're not going to let this guy do that. We welcome Kevin VanDam, 2005 Bassmaster Classic champ. Congratulations, Kevin.
Man, I appreciate it, Tommy.
Have you been to sleep since you won?
I only got about 3 hours sleep last night, but that wasn't because of that. But it's been fun.
One of the top 5 closest classics of all time. I have to ask you first thing, is it better to win one by 6 ounces or by 6 pounds?
Oh, for sure by 6 pounds, because you're not sweating near as much at the end. I mean, it was so exciting going into that final day. You know, like 10 guys were in contention. And right down to the wire, I had no idea. We didn't know. I mean, we knew it would be real close.
Toughest classic probably of all time, certainly of all time.
Toughest classic I've ever fished.
And when you look at that top 5 there at the final day, you either got to be an Angler of the Year or a former Classic champ to be in that top 5. That says a lot, doesn't it?
It was a stellar field there. I mean, it was just an incredible event all the way around.
You know what, Kevin? In talking to bass fishermen all around the country, they have the conception that VanDam is a guy who fishes a spinnerbait real fast, and then that's all he does is fish a spinnerbait real fast. When obviously you are a lot more. You're efficient. You're not fast. You're efficient, and there's a lot more to you than throwing a spinnerbait all the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty versatile. You know, I grew up in Michigan, and we got a lot of clear water, and we do a lot of different things up there. So I mean, I'm comfortable with a finesse rod, but I would not say that I'm very patient. I don't like to wait long to make things happen, but I feel comfortable with a lot of different things. It's great to be known for fishing a spinnerbait, but I can do a lot of things.
Back out on the water, final day of the Classic. About 11 in the morning, Kevin, with 2 keepers in the boat, going for his third.
I got to quit wasting time and just get with the frickin' program. Start running the pattern. There's nobody running it.
Well, Kevin, I want to tell you that actually before we got started here today, Mr. Sanders and I was having this discussion about hand-eye coordination. I think that it's really important in fishing, and my description of hand-eye would be Tommy, your eyes and your mind and your mechanics all matching up at the same time. And I quite honestly think Kevin is the best at that. He probably won't bite on that, but I think that.
Well, you know, it's something that I think all the top pros really work on. You know, with what I was doing with that jerkbait, it's really important to not only make a real good cast, but to really visualize what your bait's doing underneath the water when you're jerking it and twitching it like that, to try to get the, you know, to get that fish to react to it, so it's getting its best action right while it's close to the fish.
So you're telling me that you would think, my gosh, look at all that water out there and the big bridge pier right in front of you. Anybody could make that cast, but you were trying to make a specific cast.
Yeah, I mean, I was really concentrating on the current and you know, the angles and shade and a lot of different factors there.
4, yeah!
Not big, but it's 4.
Well, Kevin, you said it after you won it with Soda. You said it right here just a moment ago. The key for you, keeping that jerkbait in the strike zone for the longest possible time. But don't you think you did a better job than anyone else of figuring out exactly where that strike zone was?
Yeah, the fish I was concentrating on were real close to the surface. There was pods of shad coming down the river, and, you know, my jerkbait was never more than 2 feet deep. I mean, most of the guys were fishing down on the bottom.
Jerkbait, smirk baits.
Right. Okay.
You can talk about all the lures and the line that you want to and the water column. It was the cookies, Kevin. You know it was the cookies. The magic cookies. We've had 4 events won all in a row, I might add, by either Kevin, who won 3 of them, and Davey Height before that, and they both had those lucky cookies. Come on, Kevin. Come clean.
They're pretty powerful cookies, I'll say that.
Where do they come from? Who makes the cookies?
My sister and my wife both. You know, it's getting to where Davey and I are needing quite a few of them for an event, so it takes both of them in the oven. You know, both of them cooking in the kitchen.
Guys, do you know what we're talking about right here?
What surprises me is that he shares them with Davey. That was the biggest surprise of the whole thing right there.
Hey, that was a nice little spotted bass.
Excellent spotted bass, 5th fish in the boat right there. The only guy to call, one of 2 guys to call in the whole tournament, our winner, Kevin VanDam. Kevin's going to stay with us, going to wrap up the fishing when we come back. Plus, we'll have another one of the great supporting players in this Classic when we return.
It's happening again. It's happening again, man.
You're watching the Citgo Bassmaster Tournament Trail, and as we look at the Citgo Bassmaster Classic 2005, we remember 2004, a great and popular win for the first ever international champion, and a disappointment for Aaron Martens.
Citgo Bassmaster Classic champ!
Aaron has finished second in his last 2 Classic appearances, last year to Takahiro Omori, and in 2002 to Jay Yellis. While he doesn't like it, second place is something Martens has accepted.
I've had 5 times more seconds than first in my life of fishing so far. After a while, you just get used to it. Like, I know that Classic's a big tournament, but I got many more ahead of me.
Despite not having a Classic win under his belt, Aaron scored an impressive victory this season, winning the Angler of the Year award. If he does end his streak of seconds and wins the Classic, Aaron would join Mark Davis as the only angler to win Angler of the Year and the Classic in the same year.
I'd like to repeat that. That'd be nice. It'd be like making me a superstar. But I don't know if I want that. I like where I'm at. I can focus really well and I don't get the huge crowds. It's more peaceful. Now that I've gotten 2 seconds in the Classic, I really want that more than anything. It's like, will I ever win it? You know, but I'm still young, but God, I've been so close twice. It's like, how many seconds can you get? I want another one.
All right, we're back not only with our champ here, Kevin VanDam, also a pleasure to have our 2005 Sit-Go Angler of the Year and our runner-up in this tournament, Aaron Martens. Aaron, thanks for coming in, interrupting your week for us here.
Oh, glad to be here, Tommy.
Yeah, everybody makes a lot of big deals about a lot of second places and so forth like that. You had a great comment after the thing. You said, well, maybe my friends and family get upset about the second places. I'm good at putting it behind me. I'm ready to move forward. I admire that.
Yeah, it takes, this one has taken me longer than any other tournament I've ever fished. This one in particular is the hardest one I've ever had to deal with because it was my third one. And the way it went down, you know, losing a lot of fish just was real tough. And it's been tough for my whole family, but I talked to them, and it'll put it behind me. It's just going to take a little time.
Still, you got a lot to celebrate for this year. It's been a great year for you.
It's been an awesome year, and I just really wanted that, you know, that nobody else, only one person, Martens, has ever done that, where he's backed up with a classic win, and that seemed to make it a little more sweet if I would have won it, but...
Yeah, you kind of get in that. You don't get in that position very often.
No, you don't. That's
there you are, sitting right on the edge.
Yeah.
I know how you feel, and but you had an awesome year this year. I mean, when at Table Rock, you caught a 9-pounder. You know, I mean, that helped you win Angler of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean,
32 years old. You've only got about 30 or 40 more years to get this thing done here. So you better get on the stick pretty quick.
Better get on it. I know.
We better get back out on the water. We've gotten about noon on the final day. Aaron Martens with one keeper in the boat. Let's take another look at Aaron.
Doesn't seem to be picking up yet. This is awesome. Oh, we'll keep plugging it. Never give up. Just need some more keepers. Oh my God. Oh. You believe that was a bite? I had slack mowing. Stopped it. It's all heavy. Never know how big that fish is. Unless I catch one right now, it's got a worm in its throat. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha. Oh my God. There's one coming. No. Don't come in. I didn't even think to it. There's only like 8 inches under the water. There's a 13-incher for sure. It's only that deep, and it's coming right in front of me.
oh, wrapped up.
Yeah, it twisted, of course. Hey, slow down. God, man. My line tangled. Do you believe that? It looks like a keeper, too. Ah! God! You gotta be joking. Keeper swimming down the pylons, this deep. Goes over and eats it right there, I lose him. It was like a 12-inch, it was a good, probably, it looked like a definite keeper. I mean, it looked like, you know, it wasn't like a little one. I saw him. Gotta be joking, man. This is, the class is just, dude, if I lose this thing by a couple ounces, I'll be, this will be the first one that really hurt. Yeah, that's for sure. I need 2 bass. That's it. 2 bass. It's all I really need, probably. 2 bass. These bass don't know there's hooters out here. Hooters girls. These fish are just like being stupid, man.
Attaboy, attaboy, attaboy.
Oh. That's a good one. It's you guys. They help me too. You girls rock and those guys rock. All right, let's see if I can get another one there. I don't know. Oh, things are turning. They're all good ones, dude. Look at this fish. I feel bad, but I'm gonna have to cut the fish off. He swallowed it so deep. Oh my God, that's a good one. Oh my God, it's happening again. That's happening again, dude. God, I'm trying to school them. I need to get in there baiting there quick. No messing around. God, if I get one more, dude, that's done. Oh my God. It's a combination, you know, the Hooters girls. These guys in that boat, they've been there and they watched me catch them all. It's like, I needed this after losing 3 keepers. They won camp like 3 times on that stump. No, come on. Oh, you gotta be joking. God, it's a 1.5 fish. Oh, God, no. It was right, dude, it's at the surface. It was 2 feet away. How'd they get off like that? How the hell did they get off the hook like that? Yeah, that bait right there is like a 95% catch ratio on that bait. How the hell do you hook one nice fish on it the whole tournament and lose it? I'm very, like, I don't know what's going on. That was a classic. I mean, for sure, guaranteed on that one. I mean, I need another one, but that was a classic bass. That was a 1.5 pound fish. That was a really big one. It was as big as that big one I caught. Why? How did they get off? That was sick. I mean, this whole week's been a disaster. I had like a tear in my eye. How did they get off? That's the big, giant question. I want somebody to answer it for me, because I can't answer it. And I thought it was, well. Dude, that fish was 1 second from in the boat. 1/1000. His head was coming out of the water. He came up.
The other misses looked aggravating. That one really got to you. That one got you.
I have all the fish in my life. I know.
Everybody wants to do that. I mean,
all the
Look
fish
at
in
that.
my
A
life,
minute ago,
one-
Kevin went, yes!
yeah, that was off camera. Now we're on.
I have all the fish I've had on my whole career. That was the most painful bass I've ever lost.
What happened?
Hey, I caught it on a 3. It was like a 3/0, like a spinnerbait type hook and a fluke and a 12-pound line. You know, it's one of those baits that when you stick them, like he bit it, he ate it real good. And rods went down, so the hook is just solid. You know, usually when you get them like that, it's through the cheek or through the snout, and you got them good. Normally, it's, you know, it's only a 8-pound, 10-ounce fish, and it don't take much to get him out of the water. And just as soon as he left the water, he just kind of fell off.
You weren't even worried about that one. You knew he was going in the boat.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that was in the boat, and I was supposed to start working for my 5th one. You know, I'm watching him. I watched him come up, got his head to the top of the water, and as soon as I went to lift him, I saw a bait. I couldn't see the bait. I just saw a line. Saw the head of the fish. I went to lift it. It just came out of his mouth. Real weird. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
And we feel your pain, but Kevin, you lost one or two.
He lost.
Everybody lost.
It was equal opportunity on the
Those
loose.
fish were hard to get in the boat.
All right. We're going to come back with our special guests here. We're going to take a look at the weigh-in at Mellon Arena. Always a huge part of the Classic. We'll get some final thoughts from everyone, so stick around.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present your 2005 Citgo Bassmaster Classic Super 6.
The Citgo Bassmaster Tournament Trail, brought to you by Mercury Marine, Lowrance, Anheuser-Busch, and Cialis.
Present your 2005 Citgo Bassmaster Classic Super 6. From Hayden, Alabama, Zero Swindle. Arkansas, Scott Rook. From Platter, Oklahoma, Jeff Reynolds. From Kalamazoo, Michigan, Kevin VanDam. From Runnymede, New Jersey, Michael and from Leeds, Alabama, Aaron Martens. This is your 2005 Super 6.
Sometimes, guys, this is a little-known secret behind the scenes. Sometimes you guys have a good idea what the other guy has got. Sometimes you don't. What was the case this time?
I didn't know. I mean, we talked a little bit about it and stuff, and I thought it was going to be really close. I didn't know. I mean, I've been let down too many times before.
How emotional is that moment standing up there?
It's pretty emotional. You know, after Kevin weighed his fishing, I knew.
Yeah.
You know, catching, I'm real good with weight. We all are, and I knew he had it. So at that point, once Kevin weighed his fishing, I was just like, congratulations, man. I was thinking about that. He's got it.
Were you thinking about number 2 at that moment?
You know, again, I didn't know, because I didn't know. I'd never seen his fish. I didn't know what he had, and I just.
I tell you what, I can generally get the weights pretty close. You and I,
Sure,
we see them, we figure it all. I didn't have a clue. If you had it pegged, boy,
well,
my hat's off.
I knew what he needed to get, and he had way over. You know, they leave me a chance. It came down to about 7 ounces.
And you're saying, oh my Lord, number 2.
Number 2 again. That's what I thought.
Everyone was on the edge of their seats. The moment of truth had to come, and this is the way it happened. Take a look.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on down to that boat and see what you got in the live well, and let's get this thing settled. How you feeling now, brother? There is one to go.
It's going to be tight. You know, it's going to be close. Aaron's a great fisherman. He's been close before. We'll see what he's got.
We're going to see what he's got. Here comes Aaron Martens, ladies and gentlemen. He was your day 2 leader. He needs 3 pounds and 15 ounces to make the history books. Oh, is this going to be close? 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and that makes Kevin VanDam a 2-time Citgo Bassmaster Classic champion from Kalamazoo, Michigan, Kevin VanDam.
Kevin, there's no bigger moment in this sport than that one right there. What goes through a guy's mind? I know that's a hackneyed question, but...
I'll tell you, when I won my first time, I was looking at the scale, and I saw the weight. But that time, it was when Tripp turned and pointed at me. I mean, just the flood of emotion that came through me, it was incredible. I'll remember that moment for the rest of my life.
Well, I tell you what, I have to say that, again to Aaron, what a tremendous year, and in spite of the fact that it didn't come out completely like you wanted to, I think the whole country, the whole bass fishing world knows we have a new star here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as far as Kevin goes, doggone it, you know, it's like you won the Classic, but the bass fishing world hands you the responsibility of our sport for a year. And I know how you'll take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope to do a great job. I love this sport, and there's a lot of people out there that make their living on it and count on what we do, what you do every day, and I'm looking forward to that challenge.
2 champions.
2 champions. Time to start looking at your watch, because the next Classic is coming up, not in 1 year.
Yeah, next week,
but in less than 6 months. It's coming up to start the season in February. That 2006 season is going to be bigger and better than ever in every single way, and we can't wait for that to happen. We will see you then.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to Bassmaster.com.